Today we're talking about the newest movie brought to us by VOD, which is Capone. Capone is written and directed by Josh Trank, the man who brought us Chronicle and Fan Four Stick. So the dude's really hit or miss, so I didn't really care much about who the director was. I was very interested who they got in the starring role, which was Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy plays Al Capone as he is in dementia and he's just gotten out of prison and he's really going crazy, which I think is a very interesting idea, is that you have a man who's a king and then you make him a former shell of himself and you show the difference and how he deals with that. So I was very excited for this movie. I love mob movies. They are my favorite genre, and so I was very excited when this movie got announced. I'm going to start with what was really good about this movie, and that was the acting, because Tom Hardy, I believe, has not given a bad performance. And the lady who plays his wife really did a great job. You'll know her from other stuff, but she really did carry this movie, because Tom Hardy is this former shell and he doesn't really say much, but like his presence is what really made it. So his wife helps and guides and shows a loving person, which I thought was very interesting, and she did an amazing job. So the acting was the best part of this movie. Sadly, that was really the only good part of this movie. So now we're going to switch to the bad. The bad is just, there isn't a true story here. This movie takes a lot of liberties of what happened to Al Capone. I would say a solid half of the movie takes place in Al Capone's head, because he is dealing with dementia and they wanted to deal with that idea. So I thought that was rather interesting, because they're focusing on what he thought, what's going on in his head. But most of the movie isn't there. It's not about Al Capone, it's about this director who wanted to write these stories like, oh, I bet this is what Al Capone did. I bet this. So that's just not true. And the best scenes in the movie aren't true, because like there's about 2 scenes which I loved. I was like, oh, this is great, because they trying to do that balance of, is it real, is it not, is it real, is it not? And I loved those scenes, but the ones I loved weren't real, and so it kind of made the scenes less, and so I was really upset about that. Another thing I didn't like was Tom Hardy did give a good performance, but he did this voice, which apparently is accurate. I looked it up, I understand, but you can't understand what he says. It's so much that I had to put on subtitles to watch the movie. I am a person that, if you don't need subtitles, will not put on subtitles, because I believe it takes away from the movie, because you're reading these white letters instead of watching what's happening. So I try to stay away from subtitles, but I was forced to, because he has a really groggy voice that you can't really understand what he's saying. And so I was a little upset with that, but I was like, okay, it's fine. The other thing is, the side characters besides Al Capone's wife, it's just non-existent. They have FBI guys who are just there. They're just there. They don't really do anything. And that was the problem I had. It's just, they don't do anything. And it's bad, because they just, they tapped on his phone call, oh, he's faking it, because the FBI did believe he was faking his illness to get out of jail. So they're spying on him, but I didn't need them there. And they also have this side story about where his lost treasure is, but that's not the focus of the story, but they want you to think it, and so they bring it up, but they don't really come back to it, and so it's really stupid, to be honest. And after watching this movie, I was very excited for it. I was very disappointed once I was done. So I would give it like a 4 out of 10, and if I need to recommend a movie to someone and they love mob movies and they love Tom Hardy, I would tell them, hey, go watch Legend. And then if they really like that, I would say, hey, maybe you can watch Capone, which is an okay movie. It's nothing great. It's not game changer. It's just kind of there, because they took so much liberty, and that really messed with me. And that's the end of this video. I would like to thank all of y'all for watching. And if you agree with me, comment down below. If you disagree, comment, say why I was wrong, and I will read them and I will tell you why I think I'm right, and we have a little debate, and that's the best part of this video. Alright, that's the end of this video, and until next time, I'm Caleb Hanley. Goodbye.